Welcome back to our channel. Today we will be focusing on a recent news about Elon Musk's reform of Twitter and how his measurement can be analyzed through leadership styles, power, and ethics. Elon Musk seems to be the most attention-catching and controversial person these days. So today, we invite an expert in organizational behavior studies to thoroughly explain Musk's decisions from her point of view. Let's get a brief knowledge about the news first. Elon Musk purchased Twitter for $44 billion and expects to lay off 75% of his employees, while those who remain will be required to work long and difficult hours, creating a heart-changing culture that has led many members to consider Musk's resignation. In an email to employees, Musk said that the future of hardcore Twitter would be engineering-focused and that people who write high-quality code will be the majority of the team. Employees who did not click on the link in the email to sign the commitment within the specified time were thought to not want to stay. They have been given 3 months severance pay. However, many employees refused to sign any commitment to hardcore Twitter and saw Musk's approach as a sign that their contributions were not valued. Additionally, Musk spent a lot of money on advertising for Blue Verified, the first product he introduced. However, only 0.06% of those who use Twitter daily subscribed to this product. Twitter is under a lot of financial pressure. According to this news, Musk appears to have significant control over his employees, which is a characteristic of his leadership style. So let's listen to an expert's assessment of how exactly Musk's leadership style affects the company.
Most of the time, increasing productivity, innovation, employee satisfaction, and commitment to the organization's goals is what effective leadership is all about. But Musk doesn't get it here. He sent out a notice to employees at Twitter to either work hard and perform well or leave with severance pay. Most of the employees left the company. Musk has run several successful companies in different industries, but that doesn't include the social site Twitter. He puts a lot of pressure on employees, and that pressure tends to take a toll and stifle creativity. The majority of layoffs are public sabotage against the team. He didn't spend time getting to know his staff, instead of just laying people off and pressuring them. The leader should analyze the problems in the team and deploy the team accordingly. It reduces efficiency and lowers morale among staff. We can see from the article that as a leader, Musk is more likely to be autocratic or directive. Autocratic management style leaders provide strict directions, act as sole experts, seek only limited input from employees, and do not encourage suggestions. Just like the other three leadership styles, democratic, laissez-faire, and transformational, the authoritarian style has both benefits and weaknesses. People who use this style of leadership too often might be seen as bossy. In addition, employees might get discouraged because the leader doesn't care as much about how the group feels. Musk's leadership behavior in the article shows that he was too goal-oriented, so that he somehow neglected his employees' needs. Several employees have left because they needed recognition to make them more interested in their jobs. But Musk's style of leadership made that less likely to happen. However, we should admit that this type of leadership can be more efficient and organized than the other types in stressful situations. Musk has provided directions and structures for employees to follow so that they are clear about what they should do.
Oh, thanks a lot for the splendid explanations. Additionally, the behavior of the leaders are always associated with their own indication of power and ethics. So it will be interesting to listen to what these experts say about this perspective.
Status, social resources, and the ability to influence others constitute power, and there are 5 bases of individual power. First of all, the legitimate power derived from a person's position or job, which have formal authority and level in hierarchy. In this article, Elon Musk, being the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, he has a strong power to determine the retention of employees because his position led him to do so. Moreover, we are always socialized to accept its influence because our society stipulates that there is a hierarchical system in companies. Subordinates should always follow the arrangement of the leader, and that's why, although many employees didn't want to commit to the new hardcore culture, they are afraid to stand out and fight against it. They've been socialized to accept that the CEO is the one who decides whether they can stay in the company. Second, from the reward perspective, the power is derived from ability to provide positive outcomes and prevent negative outcomes. Musk's ability to resolve the company's financial problems by reducing its 75% workforce might be the key to its progress. Third, he also has coercive power, which derives from use of punishment and threat. Employees who do not sign the pledge by 5 p.m. will be laid off and given severance pay, and this is obviously a threat to employees. However, it is generally ineffective and can provoke resistance. For example, the members of Twitter's trust and safety team were discussing a mass resignation, and it could throw content moderation on the site into chaos. The employees also refused to sign any pledge, signaled their frustration with the new direction and the blow it has dealt to staff morale. Therefore, Musk won't get what he wants with coercive power. Fourth, reference power is derived from approval by others, which always promotes commitment between the employer and the employees. As a result, in this case, Musk might not have such strong reference power. This is because most employees believe Musk doesn't value their contribution. Thus, this commitment breaks out after Musk's ultimatum undermines employee confidence. Finally, the expert power comes from having special information or expertise that is valued. Musk isn't that expert at innovating the hardcore Twitter. He launched a new paid service a few weeks ago. Users can place a blue check mark on an account signed up through Apple's mobile system, which used to represent a verified account. However, this service was soon suspended because it caused the emergence of fake accounts and confusion. Moreover, because Musk's first big attempt since acquiring Twitter failed, many employees distrust his hardcore culture.
So what do you think of Musk's decision on the massive layoff?
Walther says that layoffs are always wrong from an ethical point of view and that mass layoffs are even worse. He argues that it is immoral to lay off employees for the benefit of the company because it is not that they can't earn wages, but that you choose not to pay them.
Okay, so I have another question. What do you think is the reason that Musk made these immoral decisions?
It is possible that under the influence of organizational culture combined with the high level of power, Musk is easily prone to unethical behaviors. A person who feels more powerful will also feel more free and less constrained. He may process information unconsciously, so he may not pay much attention to whether mass layoffs violate laws and ethics, but just focus on the implications of his actions. Financial pressure and hardcore culture force him to focus on improving the efficiency and productivity of the company. Therefore, only those employees who are willing to work long hours at high intensity are worth to stay, no matter how demoralized and frustrated the employees are.
Thank you so much for the detailed analysis. Unfortunately, here comes the final part of this broadcast. Why don't we summarize the expert's words and make the clear conclusion about all the great information? We can safely conclude from the discussion above that Musk's decision to lay off people after the Twitter acquisition demonstrated his autocratic leadership style and the company's unethical culture. An autocratic leader like Musk, who ignored the needs of employees and the market and focuses solely on what he needs as a CEO, may ultimately ruin his career in this way. Here are potential solutions for Musk. Now we can see employees have to voice their grievances anonymously or privately discuss resigning because of the fear of reprisal. But if workers quit in large numbers, it could throw the company into turmoil. Therefore, to address the damage caused by employee discontent in the face of layoffs, Musk should improve the organizational climate and establish a safe-to-speak-up culture, such as having We can safely conclude from the discussion above that Musk's decision to lay off people after the Twitter acquisition demonstrated his autocratic leadership style and the company's unethical culture. An autocratic leader like Musk, who ignores the needs of employees in the market and focuses solely on what it needs as a CEO, may ultimately ruin his career in this way. Here are some potential solutions for Musk. Now we can see employees have to voice their grievances anonymously or privately discuss resigning because of the fear of reprisals. However, if workers actually quit in large numbers, it could throw the company into turmoil. Therefore, to address the damage caused by employee discontent in the face of layoffs, Musk should improve the organizational climate and establish a safe-to-speak-up culture, such as having an ombudsman. Musk should properly affirm the value of employees in design and product management, rather than focusing solely on engineering operations that frustrate many other employees. Additionally, the ombudsman can listen to employees' opinions and feedback regarding hardcore culture and can help the company improve.